Hello, my name is Duke and I am sailing Magic. Magic is my 2015 Lagoon catamaran that I'm solo sailing around the world. I'm now about 3 hours out from Salinas, Puerto Rico, and deep blue water and not a boat in sight anywhere. Going through the exit of the Mona Passage between Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. It's a little bit choppier here and some waves are hitting each other, but still not bad. It's a beautiful day out and I'm still making about 6.5 knots. Okay, we're getting to the end of the first day. The sun is going down out here. And nothing really spectacular happening at the moment, but the wind is dying down a bit, which I prefer much higher winds than this. It's at 12 knots right now, so I'm barely going 4.5 knots. We'll see if anything picks up during the evening, but so far so good. Looks like I'm going straight into a storm here. We'll see. This is the first night. Here's the center of the storm showing up on my radar. Now just after 1 a.m. I'm making pretty good time, but the wind is not cooperating too much. It's changing direction by 30 degrees or more every, let's say, 30 seconds or so. So I'm constantly adjusting the steering, and I'm a little bit off course as a result of that. The angle of the wind has not been what I would have preferred it to be. Here's what it looks like when another boat comes in on AIS. It's a 1,000-foot long freighter. Circle, see the marker for my boat, and there's a line, a circle at the end. The circle tells you that that's how far you're going to go in 1 hour. Dawn of the second day of my trip to Panama. Main almost in a wing-on-wing position, so I can go almost directly downwind. To do that, I have the Traveler all the way to the side, and I have the main sheets fully extended. Got a Perio, a wrap set up as a sunblock at the helm. For the last 2 days I've been paralleling the southern side of Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. And I'm out here now. It's gotten easier finally. But it's just open ocean, nobody out here. And on the combination of radar and AIS here, it looks like I'm going to intersect with this tanker, which is a 500-foot tanker. Don't want to intersect with that. And that's the boat right over here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going faster than I am, so it's going faster than I am, so it's going to be past me before we have a chance to intersect. She's going 20 knots and I'm going 5 knots. She'll be long gone before I get up to the point where we could intersect paths. On of day 3. This is day 3. It's been sunny most of the day, nothing too exciting. It's gotten a little choppy and then smoothed out a little bit, but again, nothing too interesting has happened today. I had originally calculated my time based on an average of 6 knots, but the direction of the wind has not been helpful. We're mostly averaging 4.5 to 5 knots, so it's going to take a day or two longer to get there. Okay, over that way is Valenzuela, but we're almost past that. If you go over just a little bit this way, we're going to be even with Colombia. There's a peninsula that sticks out in Colombia, and that generates a lot of wind because it compresses the air over there. So what I've just done is put 2 reefs in the main, and the jib is in entirely, and we're still doing about 7 knots with just that. Wind speed is 19 or 20 knots right now. You can't see Valenzuela or Colombia from here just because it's too far away. It's about 180 miles. But we're going to use Colombia since it makes that curve in the wind because of it compresses because of that peninsula. Then I'll use the curve to pull the boat into sandblasts in Panama. So I'm making progress. And having the sunset for day 3. On my way to Panama. Pre-dawn, I think it's the 4th day. I'm going to have to check. The winds have been between 20 and 30 knots all night. Taking pretty good time sailing, generally between 6 and 8 knots, sometimes up to 10. Evening of day 4. Here's what you get when you have winds 20 to 25 knots. Even though you've got 2 reefs in the main, no jib up. Screaming along. I'm on the fringes of the Colombia basin. The Colombia basin off of Cartagena is known for having big winds. The 2 circles you see are just indicating 5 miles away and 10 miles away. I've got both radar going and AIS going, and there's nothing within those circles. That means there's no boats around me within visual sight if it was actually light out. So I can stream along here through the 25 knot winds, which is still within normal sailing parameters in the dark, and still be safe doing this. Dawn of the 5th day. Looks like there's some heavy clouds, might get some rain today. Winds are still at 27 knots. Still making pretty good time. Night of the 6th day was another wild night, and now I'm getting the dawn of the 7th day. Winds have been steady around 27 to 30 knots. I've got this throttled down as much as I can. I've got 2 reefs in the main, I've got the jib is completely furled, and I've got the main almost centered, so it's barely catching wind, and I'm still flying along at 7 or 8 knots. Today is, should I use this flying fish as bait? Problem is the swells coming in behind the boat are 10 foot or so. Well, I tried the flying fish as bait, didn't catch anything. I don't know if it's something ate the flying fish off of the hook, or I suspect that just the waves are so rough it tore the flying fish off there. Rough day today. Sunset on February 18th, Saturday. I think this is day 6. Says something when the wave blocks out the sun. That's twice now I've had a giant wave crash through the cockpit and flood this area back here. Fortunately, the drains work well. 4:30 a.m. and it's gotten quite busy here. Okay, this is dawn on Sunday, the 7th day of travel. And there's rain clouds over here. I've gotten a little rain coming in. I'm about 56 miles away from Linton Bay, Panama. So I should get there while it's still light out, which was the whole idea of trying to time this correctly. So it's looking good. At night I keep the panels dim, so now I gotta, in the morning, brighten them up again. Good sized rainstorm over there. Another rainstorm over here. It looks pretty thick. Some clouds over by the islands here, but they don't look too bad so far. Hope those other storms don't blow this direction. Gotta go over here, tuck in behind the island. Now there's spider monkeys on that island, but they're vicious, they've been spoiled, so now they attack people. First glimpse of Panama. Heading towards Linton Island and Grand Island. Isla Grande. Grand Isle, Isla Grande. This is Linton Isle, Isla Linton. Yeah, it's rough waves here. Here's the bay. Got a reef in front of it.